Alright, so looking like Green Bay is gonna win, walk out of their own home stadium with a win against the Seahawks, 28-23, and straight up, this was the best game in the divisional round. Not the best game in the playoffs, but the best game in the divisional round out of all 4 games that were played this weekend. Great matchup as always between Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers. Anytime these guys face each other, they just always have a great football match filled with like magic pulled by both of the quarterbacks, great defensive plays, great catches by the receivers, all that, brilliant coaching on both sides. Just a great match. And the Seahawks, they almost came back. They started to get their things going right after the end of the third quarter. They start to get their run game going. Marshawn started to have a little extra boost. Russell started to make a little extra magic, escaping damn near almost every sack except for one of the, I think it was Preston that got him eventually, and that ended their drive. They looked like they were about to drive down and take the win, but they couldn't do it. The sack turned the ball back over to Aaron Rodgers, and I gotta say, this was an amazing game by the Packers offense. Something that I've criticized leading up to the game. I said I don't believe in the Packers offense, and much like the Chiefs defense today, the Packers offense proved me wrong. They had an almost balanced game. At one point, they were 24 rushes, 24 passes. That's like the definition of balance. The scheme worked out perfectly today. They did not look uncomfortable. Aaron Rodgers looked fine in the offense today, but part of that was because he also had his usual Aaron Rodgers moments, and they came up in the most needed time. His pass to Davante Adams with around 2 minutes left, that extended the last drive of the entire game, and then a scheme play came up with a pass to Jimmy Graham just a couple minutes later. So it's like the offense looks fine. The run game looks amazing. The passing game looks fine. I do think it works better when Rodgers makes his own plays come through, though, as shown towards the end of the game. And the defense also looked amazing. Both of the Smiths, they got 2 sacks. Jair Alexander, before he went out with some type of wrist injury, he was playing great, and he's been one of the brightest spots on the Packers defense this year. Improved a lot since his rookie year. But, oh man, that Seahawks team almost came back. They had me going for him. You know what I mean? Russell Wilson had me believing like he was going to pull another dangerous type of run to win the game. But it just seems that every time they meet up, the home team always wins. You know what I mean? And given the fact that I've let my feelings be known about both of these teams, I think they both overachieved in order to get to the playoffs. They had a really good matchup. Extremely good matchup. Russ had 21 for 31, 277 yards and a touchdown. Leading receiver Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf kind of disappeared this game. Lockett had his stat line of 9 receptions for 136 yards and a touchdown. The rushing game, while it did improve in the second half, was still lacking. Barely got to 100 yards, if not even there. And once again, that's where the Packers dominated in the rush. They dominated in their receiving game. Davante Adams had 8 for 60. Defense, like I said, had 4 sacks at least. I think there was a 5th one by Kenny Clark. But they look good, man. The Packers look good. And next week, it's them against the 49ers. If we're going to be honest here, the Packers should win that game against the 49ers, even though the Niners are the better seed. The Packers, their offense looked better today. The defense, you could toss it up there for which is better. I might give it to the Niners just because their pass rush and their defensive line is more threatening than the Packers' defensive line and pass rush. But then the offense of the Packers, and the fact that Aaron Rodgers has been there and done that before. He's gone to a Super Bowl before, won the Super Bowl. There's been playoff games where he himself just won the game off of his own merit rather than his team performing the way they should. So, there's all that in there. But then you take into account coaching. Matt LaFleur has never been to any type of championship game and coached before versus Kyle Shanahan. He's been all the way to the Super Bowl before. So it's going to be a very interesting matchup. I wish this game, I wish this would have been the NFC Championship because it was very entertaining, but it was good nonetheless. Let me know what you think down below. I'm out. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Put your comments down below. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Until next time, I'm out. Yeah.